Hey everybody, welcome to Sports Betting Truth. I'm currently in Las Vegas. It is a Friday morning, July 3rd. Not a lot going on right now. It's about 9 o'clock a.m. And I figured, I haven't been to Las Vegas since this whole coronavirus thing happened. I was supposed to come for March Madness and that didn't happen. So I'm really curious to see what the sportsbook scene is like around here right now. Are they even bothering? Are they doing what online books are doing and offering a bunch of obscure overseas sports? Are they only offering the basic golf and NASCAR and all of that and just futures? Really interested to see how the sportsbooks are doing. So I'm going to go around to various sportsbooks in the area, your MGMs, your Caesars, and of course your big ones like Westgate and Red Rock and all that to see really what's going on. So right now I'm driving to Westgate. I feel like that's the obvious first choice to go to since that's kind of like the gold standard of sportsbooks here in Las Vegas. So I figured, why not get a baseline for what they're doing so we can compare everybody else to the Westgate. Now I know Circus says they're going to be the new gold standard of sportsbooks in Las Vegas, but they're not open yet. They open this fall, so we're going to have to wait and see on them. So we're going to go to Westgate for now. And somebody is honking for whatever reason. This person in this Mustang holding a black power fist. Let's see if we can get that. Yeah. Didn't come into focus in time, but it's that gray. There he goes with the fist again. So that's what we're doing right now. Going to the Westgate. Thank you, sir.
If the season is canceled, it's because medical professionals and the federal government.
All right, at least on this odds board on the right, they have South Korean baseball, Japanese baseball, UFC on July 11th. They got NBA odds for when that starts up, and surprisingly, they have NFL Week 1 odds. Hopefully that happens too. I see soccer on this ribbon scoreboard, but I don't see any soccer odds. Maybe they're on the left odds board, which I'll go check out. Yeah, the left odds boards is always what it is. It's always futures, and that's what's up there. NFL futures, Super Bowl futures, all the pro sports futures are up there. Yeah, it looks like Westgate is trying, but I don't see any actual odds up for these South Korean and Japanese baseball yet. But at least they're trying to get some stuff up there that you could bet on today. So this is the standard going forward. Since I'm already over at this part of town, I might as well go to the Stratosphere just to check them out. I don't even think I've been to the Stratosphere book since they remodeled it. I know when I went there in 2018, they were in the middle of redoing it, and I don't think I've been back since. So I will go check out the Stratosphere book. Not so much to see what their scene is like right now during coronavirus, but just to see what the remodel ended up being like. I forgot, it's actually called the Strat now. The Strat. They dropped the O-Sphere from the name, which I think is stupid. I like the name Stratosphere, but hey, if they want to call it the Strat, it's their call. I guess it's a rebranding effort because it really never was considered a nice hotel, so I'm guessing this is their way of trying to make it seem nicer than it really is. This is nice. It's a lot nicer than it used to be, I can tell you that. It kind of reminds me of like a budget Aria book. A lot of high tops, not a lot of seats, so kind of like a mix between the Aria and Luxor books, but it's pretty nice, It looks like William Hill took it over too, kind of like what they did at the M as well. I want to go to a CG book at some point, but I don't know any of them that are open apart from the Venetian, and I don't want to go there. I know Hard Rock closed down and Palms isn't open. So as far as what I guess William Hill is offering here at the Stratosphere, we got Australian Rules Football and English Premier League. Those were not at the Westgate. So, oh man, why do they have to do this to me? Man, look at that. They have the Rangers-Cardinals game from 2011 on. Talk about opening up an old wound. I still haven't gotten over that one. But anyway, they have Australian Rules Football and English Premier League. They didn't have those at the Westgate, so it looks like William Hill's offering more. They also have rugby and UFC fights on July 18th. I've only seen July 25th, I think, for that. So yeah, table tennis. Haven't seen that. Non-U.S. pro baseball, so they had that at the Westgate. Looks like they have week 1 NFL. So they have a lot of options here. I'm surprised. They have more than the Westgate. So it looks like William Hill's really trying. But William Hill's also based overseas, and the Westgate is not. So they have more to work with, so I'm not surprised. But overall, if you're looking to bet a lot of different ways, William Hill is your place in Las Vegas, at least compared to Westgate. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the Strip and check out a Caesars Sportsbook and an MGM Sportsbook. So, you know, I want to see what things are like on the Strip at the two big Strip conglomerates. So I think for a Strip Caesars Casino, I'm probably going to try the Paris. Usually I'd go to Planet Hollywood, but I don't think they're open yet. So I'll just try the Paris. So I am at the Paris right now, a Caesars book. Let's see, we got Aussie Rules Football, Italian Series A, so Italian soccer, Portugal soccer, Spanish soccer, South Korea baseball, Japan baseball, looks like golf, NASCAR, and futures for the pro sports. So that is the Paris for you. For an MGM book, we have to go over to Luxor. Have to. I'd rather jump off the stratosphere than listen to Florida Georgia Line. Alright, let's see what they have here at the Luxor book. Luxor. Here at Luxor, it looks like we have golf, UFC on July 11th, MLB win totals, NASCAR, pro football futures, NBA futures. Oh, we also have a baseball game. Yankees and Nationals on July 23rd is up as well. And it looks like they have some NBA odds for when the season starts on July 30th. So not a lot here. I'm wondering if that's the fact that it's a Luxor book or if it's like that at every MGM property. So let's head over to Mandalay Bay to see if it's the same over there. Alright, from what I see here at Mandalay Bay on the odds boards, I don't see anything different than what was at Luxor. So it looks like they don't have as many options as Caesars had with all those random like Korean and Japanese and Australian sports. So if you're looking to bet on anything, I don't think the MGM books are your place right now because it's pretty limited. Anything you could bet on that's going on like right now would pretty much just be golf and I guess NASCAR on Sunday. You think MGM having like the most books around, at least on the Strip, would have the most options, but they don't. Pretty bare bones here. Alright, I think I'm going to head over to South Point and see what they're like over there. Pretty good place to go and see what the scene's like at a book like that. Alright, here I am at South Point. Let's see what South Point has to offer. English Premier League soccer, German soccer, Portugal soccer. We also have Italy soccer, Spain soccer, Japan baseball, Korean baseball, NASCAR, Rocket Mortgage Classic for PGA, rugby, I'm guessing Australia based on the names of the teams, AFL, whatever that is, I'm guessing Australian Football League. And then we have NFL Week 1. So it looks like they have a lot of offerings here at the South Point. I'm not surprised, you know, if they're 24-hour sports books, they gotta get people in here somehow. So I'm impressed. Okay, I think the last place I'm going to go will be Red Rock, which is a drive, you know, but it's one of my favorite places. So I also want to see what station casinos are like right now in terms of sports books. So I'm gonna head over there to the west side of town in Summerlin. So Red Rock, Stations Casinos, you know, same lines as Palace Station, all the other stations around. Let's see what they got. South Korea baseball, UFC on July 11th. Australian football. There is a game today. England championship, so I'm guessing that's soccer. Spanish soccer. IndyCar, I haven't seen that yet. And then we got futures. So about run-of-the-mill standard of what we've seen so far. English Premier League's up there. And if you like horse racing, there's a lot of that going on, but that's always the case. Doesn't look like it's missed a beat. Tons of horse racing going on if that's what you're into. And that's going to conclude my sportsbook tour. Went to 6 different books, at least ownerships around town. 2 on the strip, 4 off strip. But apart from MGM, everyone else is doing their best to offer something you can bet on, whether it be Australian football, English Premier League, other various soccer leagues, and then international baseball as well. So MGM's the only one that's pretty bare bones. Everyone else is pretty much on the same page from what I've seen. So that wraps up the sportsbook tour, July 3rd, 2020. Hopefully things get better with pro sports starting back up, and let's cross our fingers for college football as well, that starts on time without any interference. That's my favorite part of the fall. Well, until next time, this is Sports Betting Truth, signing off.